Hello students, the lecture of today what we have about recruitment. We hear about advertising vacancies, hiring, conducting job interviews, performing background checks, reviewing applications, documents, screening. These are simply several of the many words and phrases that we hear, all of them relating to choosing a person to do a job in an organization. All of the terms apply, and that is because they are part of one all encompassing process in human resource management, and that is recruitment. What is recruitment? In human resource management, recruitment is the process of finding and hiring the best and most qualified candidate for a job opening in a timely and cost effective manner. It can also be defined as the process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating and encouraging them to apply for jobs in an organization. It is one whole process with a full life cycle that begins with identification of the needs of the company with respect to the jobs and ends with the introduction of employees to the organization. When we speak of the recruitment process, we immediately think of activities such as the analysis of the requirement of a specific job, attracting candidates to apply for that job, screening the applicants, selecting among them, hiring the chosen candidate to become new employee of the organization, and integrating them into the structure. Obviously, the main reason why the recruitment process is implemented is to find the person who are best qualified for the position within the company and who will help them towards attaining organization goal. But there are other reasons why a recruitment process is important. Through recruitment, organizations make sure that skills sets of the staff or manpower of the company remains aligned to its initiatives and goals. In the event that they notice some position do not really contribute to the advancement of the organization towards its goal, then it can take the proper action to correct this, probably through job redesign, restructuring of the workforce, or conduct of job enrichment programs. Effective recruiting means that the person employed for the job is the best possible candidate for it, with all the required skills, talents, and qualification of the job. Efficient recruiting, on the other hand, means that the process has been carried out without incurring a lot of cost on the part of the organization. By following the process, there is a greater chance that the human resource department can get the best possible person for the job. So the organizations may carry out their hiring processes their own way, but without a system or set guidelines in place for its conduct and implementation, there is a risk that the company may incur more expenses than necessary. The company will also end up wasting its resources if the wrong or unqualified person was actually hired. Not only will this create problems, but the company in the long run, particularly in the attainment of its goal, but it would means that organization would also have wasted its resources in training and employee that is not right for the job after all. There are various rules, regulations, laws that organization must adhere to when it comes to its human resource management. Equal opportunity employment and non discrimination in hiring are two of them. By following a recruitment process, the chances of the organization violating these policies will be low. Now, objective of recruitment. There are so many purpose of the recruitment initiative taken by any organization could be immense. First of all, to determine the present and future requirements of the organization, in conjunction with the personal planning and job analysis activity. It is also immense to enhance the pool of potential job aspirants with the minimal cost, to enhance the success rate of the selection process by reducing the number of underqualified or overqualified job applicants, to effectively reduce the probability of job applicants once recruited and selected will leave the organization only after a short period of time, to meet the organization's legal and social obligations regarding the composition of its workforce. It is also helps to start identifying and preparing potential job applicants who will be appropriate candidates, or it is also helps to increase organizational and individual effectiveness in the short run and long term uh, goals. It is also helps to evaluate the effectiveness of various recruiting techniques and sources for all type of job applicants to support and form the basis of the manpower retention plans of the organization. There are some of the essential features of recruitments. These are: recruitment is a searching and attracting function. It is mainly concerned with searching and attracting the potential candidates towards the organization. So that's why it is a continuous process. Recruitment is not a selection. Recruitment involves a searching the potential candidate and attracting them towards organizations to apply for the job. But selection involves choosing suitable candidates among those who have applied for the job. So that's why it is a process of series of activities like recruitment policies, source of recruitments, techniques of tapping those sources and evaluation of these sources, etc. It is a linking activity. Recruitment brings together those who have a job, means employer, and those who search a job, means employee. It is a pervasive function. These functions need to be performed by all organizations with which need human resource management, human resource for work. It is one of the function of personal management. It is an important function of personal management as it helps in acquiring different numbers and types of persons for continued functioning of an organization. Now, the recruitment function of the organization is affected and governed by various internal and external forces. The internal forces of factors are that factors which can be controlled by the organization, and external are those factors which cannot be controlled by the organizations. Now, first of all, we will discuss external factor. In an external factor, first factor is the supply and demand. The supply and demand of specific skills in the labor market is of great importance. If the demand of a particular skill is high relative to the supply, and extraordinary recruiting efforts may be needed. For example, the need or demand for programmers and financial analysts is likely to be higher than their supply, as opposed to demand supply relationships for non technical employees. Second factor is the unemployment rate. When the unemployment rate is a given area is high, the company recruitment process becomes simpler. The number of unsolicited applications is usually greater, and the increased size of the labor pool provides better opportunities for attracting qualified applicants. On the other hand, as the unemployment rate drops, recruiting efforts must be increased and new sources explode. Another external factor which can be uncontrollable, that is a labor market. Employment conditions in the community where the organization is located will influence the recruitment efforts of the organization. If there is surplus of manpower at the time of recruitment, even informal attempts at the recruiting time, like notice board display of requisitions or announcement in the meeting, etc., will also attract more than enough applicants. Another factor that is play an important role of affecting a recruitment process, that is a image and goodwill. The company's organization's image also matters in attracting large number of job seekers. An organization with a positive image of goodwill as an employer finds it easier to attract and retain an employee than an organization with a negative image. For example, Larsen and Toubro Limited is a leading, reliable, and well established organization in the field of manufacturing, construction, and many more fields with a positive image. So, it is able to attract the cream, qualified or skilled engineers from reputed institutions. Another factor which affect is a political, social, and legal environment. Various government regulations prohibiting discrimination in hiring and employment have direct impact on recruitment process. Government of India has introduced legislations for reservation in employment for scheduled caste, scheduled tribes or physically handicapped, etc. They provide preference to locals is another political factor. Some political leaders are of the opinion that preference must be given to people of their respective state in employment. Trade unions also play an important role in recruitments and thereby restricting the management's freedom to select those individuals who it believes would be the best performer. Another factor which affect recruitment process is the competitors. The recruitment policies of the competitors also affect the recruitment functions of the organization. To face competition, many times organizations have to change their recruitment policies according to the policies followed by the competitors. Now we will discuss a internal factor which controllable by the organizations. First is a recruitment policy. Creating a suitable recruitment policy is the first step in the efficient hiring process. A clear, concise recruitment policy helps to ensure a sound recruitment process. So, the recruitment policy of an organization is specify the objective of recruitments, and it also provide a framework for the implementation of a recruitment programs. We organization can consider a different components. First, recruitment services of consultants, recruitment of temporary employees, selection process, job description. So, the recruitment policies of a organization should focus on recruiting the best potential peoples. It ensures that every applicant and employee is treated equally with dignity and respect. It should be unbiased policy. Aids and encourage employees is realizing their full potential in uh, in the policies. Transparent, task oriented, and merit based selections should be possible. So, optimization of manpower at the time of selection process is also considered in a main feature of our recruitment policies. So, recruitment policy can play an important role in a recruitment process. Another internal factor which affect recruitment process is a human resource planning. Effective human resource planning helps in determining the gaps present in the existing manpower of the organizations. It also helps in determining the number of employees to be recruited and qualifications they must possess. Another factor is the size of the firm. The size of the firm is an important factor in recruiting process. For example, a large firm such as a Coca-Cola has more recruitment needs than any small firm. So, size of the firm play an important role in a recruitment process also. Another factor which affecting a recruitment process, that is a recruitment cost. Recruitment cost to the employees at another internal factor that has to be considered. Organizations try to employ that sources of recruitment which will bear a lower cost of recruitment to the organization for each candidate. Thus, recruiters must operate within budgets, and so cost affects the recruitment process. Another internal factor is a growth and expansion. Organization will employ or think of employing more personnel if it is expanding its operations. So organization's expansions depends upon its growth and profit as well. Now we will discuss process of recruitment. Recruitment process involves a systematic procedure from sourcing the candidate to arranging and conducting the interview. The ideal recruitment program is one that attracts a relatively large number of qualified applicants who would survive the screening process and accept positions with the organization when referred. There are some points which consider in a recruitment process. First, how many and what type of employees are needed, where and how to look for individuals with appropriate qualification and interest, uh, what inducements to use for various types of applicants groups, or how to evaluate their work. So first we discuss a recruitment planning. This is the first stage in a recruitment process. Planning involves the translation of likely job vacancies and information about the nature of their job into a set of objectives or target, like number of contacts. It means organizations nearly always plan to attract more applicants than they would hire. Some of these contacted will be uninterested, underqualified, or both. Another objective is a type of contacts. This refers to the types of people to be informed about job opening. The types of people depends on the task and responsibilities involved and the qualifications and experiences expected. So these details are available through job descriptions and job specifications. Another stage, that is a second stage of recruitment process, is a strategic development. Once it is known how many and what type of recruits are required, consideration needs to be given to make or buy employees, technological sophistications, where to look, how to look, sources of recruitments, sequencing the activities in the recruitment process, etc. etc. So at that stage, an organization can develop a strategy related to the recruitment policies. First, we discuss that is a make or buy. Organization must decide whether to hire less skilled employees and invest on training and educational programs, or to hire skilled labor and professionals. So essentially, this is the make, means hire less skilled labor, or buy here skilled workers and professionals decision. The second decision in strategic development relates to the methods used in a recruitment and selection. This decision is mainly influenced by available technology. The advent of computers had made it possible for employers to check national and international uh, applicants' qualifications. In order to reduce costs, firms look into the labor market most likely to offer the required job seekers. Generally, companies look into a national market for managerial and professional employees, regional and local markets for technical employees, and local market for clerical and blue collar employees. So how to look refers to the methods of sources of recruitment. These are the various sources. They may broadly categorized in internal and external sources. We will discuss after the recruitment process. Another stage is a searching. Once a recruitment plan and strategies are worked out, the search process can begin. Search involves major steps. First is the source activation. If the firm organization has planned well and developed its sources and search methods, source activation result in a flood of applications or resumes. The applications must be screened. Those who pass how have to be contacted and invited for interview. And second step of searching is a selling. Selling issues in the searching process concerns communication. It involves two extreme, doing anything to attract desirable applicants and also resisting the temptation of overselling their virtues. In selling the company, both the message and media deserves attention. Message means employment advertisements. Effectiveness of any recruiting message depends on the credibility of the media. As there are many form of medias which low credibility, for example, employment exchange, or high credibility advertisements in business magazines. Therefore, selection of media needs to be done with a lot of care. Fourth step of recruitment process is screening. The main purpose of screening is to eliminate from the recruiting process at an early stage all those applicants who visibly do not qualify for the job. Effective screening can save a great deal of time and money. The selection process begins after the applications has been scrutinized and shortlisted. With this process, applicants can be judged on their skills, knowledge, abilities, uh, interests required to do the job. So the screening technique used in the organization vary depending on the candidate sources and recruiting methods used. For example, campus recruiters use interviews and resume, psychometric testing, technical skill testing, etc. Last step of recruitment process after the screening of applicants, that is the evaluation and control. It is necessary as considerable costs are incurred in the recruitment process. The cost generally incurred are salaries for recruiters, the cost of advertisements or recruitment methods, that is agency fees, etc. Management and professionals time spent on preparing job description, job specifications, advertisements, any other so forth. Recruitment's overheads and administrative expenses are also incurred. Cost of overtime and outsourcing while the vacancies remain unfilled, it is also incurred. Cost of recruiting unsuitable candidates for the selection process. So the recruitment has the objective of searching for and obtaining applications from job seekers in sufficient numbers and quantities. Keeping this objective in mind, the evaluation might include return rate of applications sent out, number of suitable candidates for selection, retention and performance of the candidate selected, cost of the recruitment process, time, lapsed data, comments on image produced. After, now we discuss a different sources which we used at a strategic level or in the second step of recruitment process, that is sources of recruitments. There are two major sources of recruitments. First is the internal sources and second one is external sources. First of all, we discuss internal sources. Internal sources or internal recruitment seeks applicants for position from those who are currently employed. First is a present employee. Present employee means those already working in the organization can be a source of internal recruitment. By transfer, the employees are transferred from one department to another according to their efficiency and experience. Promotion, the employees are promoted from one positions or levels to another with more benefits and greater responsibilities based on their experiences and ability to perform. Another internal source is a employee referral. It is a method in which a current employees recommend their friends, family members for a specific job opening. With this method, Employees can develop good prospects for their relatives by acquainting them with the advantage of job with the organization and encouraging them to apply. Sometimes organization also offers a finder's fee in the form of a monetary incentives for a successful referral. Another internal sources is a retired or former employee. It can also be recruited once again in case of shortage of qualified personnel or increase in workload. It basically saves the time and cost of the organization as peoples are already aware of the organizational culture, policies and procedures of the organization. So it most helpful source of recruitment. Another is a previous applicants means all applicants who have previously applied for the job can be contacted by emails, etc. This is a quick and inexpensive way to fill an unexpected opening, but it is not truly an internal source of recruitments. So another source of recruitment is an external source of recruitment. First is the advertisements of vacancies in periodicals such as a local newspaper, professional journals are widely used source. The main advantage is that it reaches a wide number of people. There are four ways in which a newspaper advertisements ask applicants to respond. It means calling. Applicants are asked to respond by calling when a company wants to either quickly screen applicants or hear an applicant's phone voice, for example, for telemarketing or receptionist positions. Another way is apply in person ads. Organizations use this method when they want to get a physical look at the applicants. Third way of newspaper advertisements is a send resume ads. Organization use send resume directly to the company's ads when the organizations expect a large response and does not have the resources to speak to thousands of applications. Another way is a blind box. This type of ad directs applicants to send their resume to a blind box, one in which there is a no identification of the company. Respondents are asked to reply to a post box number or to a consulting firm that is retained by the organization. Another external source is a employment exchange. Government establish a public employment exchange throughout the companies. These exchanges provide job informations to job seekers and help employers in identifying suitable applicants. Employment exchanges act as a link between an employer and prospective employees. Another source is a campus recruitment. Various management institutions, engineering colleges, medical colleges, research laboratories are a good source for recruiting well qualified fresh graduates from their institution. This kind of recruitment done through such educational institutions is called as a campus recruitment. Another is a walk-ins. Walk-ins are those in which a aspirant directly goes to the place where the interview is to take place without any prior notice or examinations. Walk-ins are preferable as they are free from the hassles associated with other methods of recruitments. Another way or source of external source of recruitment is outsourcing, or you can say that a consult using a consultant. Several private consultancies firm perform recruitment functions on behalf of clients companies by charging a fee. These agencies are particularly suitable for recruitment of executives and specialists. It is also known as a RPO. It means a recruitment process outsourcing. For example, ABC consultants, AIM management consultants, these are the examples of outsourcing. Another way is the labor contractors. These contractors are the specialist people who supply manpowers to factories or manufacturing plants. Though these contractors, workers are appointed on the contract basis, that is for a particular time period. They are under the condition that when these contractors leave the organization, such people who are appointed also have to leave the concern. Another way is a poaching, or you can say that a raiding. It means a buying talent. It is the latest mantra being followed by our organizations today. Poaching means employing a competent and experienced person already working with another reputed company in the same or different industry. The organization may be a competitor in the market. A company attract talent from another firm by offering attractive pay packages and other terms and conditions better than the current employer of the candidate, but it is seen as an unethical practice and not openly talked about. Indian software and retail sectors are the sectors which are facing the most severe effect of poaching today. Another external sources which used is a e-recruitment. Many big organizations use internet as a source of recruitment. E-recruitment is the use of technology to assist the recruitment process. They advertise job vacancies through the World Wide Webs. Job seekers send their applications through email using internet. Alternatively, job seekers place their CVs in the www, which can be drawn by prospective employers depending upon their recruitment. So the advantage of e-recruitment is it is a cost effective. There is a no intermediaries. The recruitment process time is reduced in this type of sources, and the efficiency of recruitment process is also increased. But same time, the disadvantage of e-recruitment is the broader exposure might result in many unqualified applicants applying for the jobs. More resumes need to be reviewed, or recruiters are likely to miss out many competent applicants who lack access to internet. Now, advantages and disadvantages of internal sources. The advantage of internal sources is it is a less expensive. Good performance is rewarded in such type of recruitments. Candidates are already oriented towards the company. They have a better knowledge about our internal candidates. It offers a wonderful opportunities for the current staff to further their career. It may also helps to retain staff who might otherwise leave. But the same time, the disadvantage of internal recruitment is uh, the size of prospective applicants is considerably reduced. External candidate might be better suited, qualified for the job. Another vacancies will be created that has to be filled. Politics play a greater role in this type of organization. It affects reading it the morale problems for those who are not promoted. Now we discuss external sources, advantages and disadvantages. Benefits of new talent, new skills with new ideas. It is an advantage of external recruitment. The scope of arbitraging can be avoided in such type of sources. Cheaper and faster than training professionals are provided. No group politics involved in this type of sources. It may bring a new industry insights, larger pool of workers from which to find the best candidates. But at the same time, the advantage is it is a longer process. May not select someone who will fit the job or organization. It may more expensive process due to advertisements and interviews required. The adjustment of new employee to the organizational culture takes a longer time in an organization. Now the conclusion of this from this it is one of the main department which places the right candidate to the right job. The recruiter should identify the best candidates from different sources and job sites, and the recruiter should identify the problem faced during the recruitments and find the alternatives to make more efficiently. Thank you.